Hello everyone, I'm Rick from Ric Wood Motorsport here in Stockport, Manchester, England. This is my new facility. We're kind of 90% moved in. This is the showroom, so we'll come back to this. But first I'll take you a bit of a walking tour and show you around. Arrived at our build areas. We've got sort of 3 build areas for 2 cars, all set out with Dura cabinets. I decided to put some really nice ones in because we're only going to do it once. Yeah, this is where they build the cars. So it's really nice, clean area, a nice way to do it. Yeah, if you come this way, I'll give you a quick sneak, just a sneak thing. If you're into Capris, you'd love this. But if you're into GTRs, you might prefer this kind of area. So we're building a couple of GTRs. Like I say, we can come back to this, but we make all the uprights for these in-house. Rear uprights, Group A, suspension arms. Dampers we don't make, Intrax make those for us especially. So we kind of sub-assembly everything first. Then when we've built the car, wham, it goes together in literally a month. So all the hard work is done first, bench work, and we don't just do one, we'll build a whole series. That's why we can do it at a more competitive price. If you've got to get all the stuff out and just do it once, it's going to cost more money. That's how we've managed to keep the cost down. Down here, like I say, the workshop's not finished, so it's going to have glass in all these. We've got a couple of build areas here with the tables in for the construction of the chassis. Through here, through the windows that I haven't got, basically it's the CNC area. So we've got CNC machines, head machines, skimming machines, and they're not all here yet. We've got 2 big chassis to come in here yet. This area is a very messy area called cave. It's very essential. You have to have somewhere where something's very dirty and you have to make it very clean. So this is our cave with ultrasonic cleaners and stuff like that. So that's that horrible area, but everyone needs one. Coming through into here, very lucky to get a fantastic deal on a Superflow dyno. So this is just short of 3,000 horsepower capable, 175 mile an hour fan, extraction, enclosed, a proper cell basically. So you can murder someone in here and you can't hear anything. But generally we always go off wheel horsepower because it doesn't lie. Everyone lies about the rest. So wheel horsepower is king. So this is same kind of thing, just short of 3,000 horsepower. But whoever had done it had ticked every box with it. It's a high-speed dyno, quite a rare thing. Just love it, love it. So this is one of our engines, just a little V6. They do about 500 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. These go in the Capris. Very expensive engine, but when you've had a dyno and a rolling road, you'll always say, how did I ever do without it? You know, it's a way to test. There's no other way of testing an engine and setting it up. So generally we'll dyno them on here, run them in, but usually we'll then put them on the rolling road to do a final setup. And anyone says it can come straight off a dyno and not miss the rolling road, you'll always find something on the rolling road because that's real. You know, you've got the fuel pumps of the car, the exhaust of the car. Fantastic for running in and basic like dynamics and getting a base map in. But always, when you're finished, get in the rollers. We're coming into the build areas. As you'll see, the lights come on as you walk in because we're trying to save money on electric. So basically we've just got build areas for heads and build areas for engines. So the idea is you go dirty, 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 cleaner, 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 finished engine, out the back, on the dyno, bit of a flow. Our other place, it was up, down, up, down. If you look over there, we've got enough for about 20 cars storage, so we can get all the cars out of our storage. While you're up here, we have got a 26. This is just a spare engine. This engine's just my normal Group A engine, high compression, all the bits we make for it, billet pistons, our own rods, our own sump design in there. Interestingly in there, I don't know if I've gone through it before, we've done our own baffles, but then the plates on top, people were just using plain laser cut plate. You know what, Nissan were clever little people. We use all that top stuff in there because the crank's spinning, throwing oil up. They weren't stupid. You know, they'd obviously put cameras in there and seen what's happening. So with Group A, we have to keep a wet sump. We're not allowed to run dry sump. So it's kind of a love child between my design and Nissan's fantastic knowledge. So these we actually cast specially. Same with this bit, the Y piece, we made it, we wanted it, make it look like the original Group, well, it had to look like Group A. So yeah, there's loads of stuff in there. The size of the restrictor in there is top secret. If you come around here, you'll see one of our exhausts we make, We use HKS elbows. We do the oil mod at the back. You'll notice the lack of oil drain because we don't have the problem. Yeah, that's ready to go. This one, we were going to put it in a container with a car to go to Australia and come and see you guys. Dream was to go to Bathurst and try and get a race in the historic Bathurst race. Everyone can dream. We'll see what happens. I was going to send it with an engine and box, because if you take an engine and box, you don't need it. And if you go racing that far away and you don't, you're a fool. So it was kind of a spare I'd done for that. That's kind of where we assemble the heads, assemble the engines. Right, let's move on. Quickly here, you'll see we make our own guides, RB26, as it happens. We make our own seat. All the little bits and pieces, even if we just want weld-on bits, they're all done. These are all the studs for the uprights. Yeah, it just makes our life so much easier. And even down to, you know, you buy these kind of washers, we make them all ourselves. If you can make them, it's just the material and the time, and they're made to exactly how you want them. Bit of a build area there. Reception, yeah, just showing some of the bits and pieces we make. That's a piece of art. So that's an R32 billet. The original ones were done out of steel, and then what we found in CAD, we couldn't quite get them onto full lock. It's such a rubbish lock to start with. So that's made, or billet, that's 7,000 material. So, but it's actually stronger than steel. So we were making these out of tubes, out of T45, and it was just so much work. That's still a lot of work, but everyone's the same, and we've got more lock on it. So that's on the latest Group A cars. A quick walk down here. So 2.5 million quid worth of stuff here. Yeah, because we specialise in Capris, GTRs. In every drawer, you'll see something. If you think they're £38 each. So everything has its place. Yeah, the GTRs, like I say, we make the hubs. Every part of that car we make in-house. They're the plates for underneath for the tow hooks. There's a different one front and rear. Yeah, the Gibson car, someone was really nice, and they later put it on a ramp, and you know, they took photos of it, and thanks mate, you saved me so much trouble. And also the Japanese books did the same, you know, like wow. So I can't thank them enough for doing such a nice, you know, but it means we've got them in stock. Things like the dashes we make all in-house. We have the gauges made with, obviously you've seen those with Ric Mo on. All the ducting, done my own baffle kits. So just generally all the stuff you can't get, all the exhausts we end up making, fabricating the top elbows. There you go, that's a center lock conversion. So we did this initially for Jake. There are some other ones on the market, but they're not the best and they have problems. So this actually fits our Group A cars. So it's made out of EN24, just beautiful, with an original wheel. We did it so it fitted on a car with no work, a 10-inch wheel. So just a job if you need one. Let me show you a piston as well. So pistons, we were drowning with problems, mainly because we were trying to run higher compression. The piston skirts were collapsing here. That's a conventional piston, CP, off the shelf. So these we had made in billet. So you can see they're a lot higher compression, but the big difference is on the other side. So it's called a box piston. Main difference is being this one, the skirts collapse, you know, when you make a lot of power and get hot, whereas that, it's boxed, so it's braced across here and across there as well. So number one, it's lighter. Number two, it's boxed. Interestingly, the brand new HKS ones, they look like that now. They've sussed it as well. So this is kind of, you know, modern technology. Why wouldn't you do something like that? So yeah, that's the pistons we've developed. But like I say, for most people it's too high compression, but for us we like making power. Things like, that's an airbox, so all the Group A airboxes. So we'll make a few at a time. It's not worth making one. Same with all the brake ducts, but they're nicely made. We've got a girl that welds them up better than any man can weld them up. Yeah, they're all oil coolers, so we make them just on the shelf. That's it, GTRs, and it just gets bigger. If you look through there, you'll see some exhaust parts or up on the shelf. Wheels, yeah, just I make my own coil bits, R35 stuff. I just ended up making them myself just because, yeah. And same with the crank trigger kits. Just make them ourselves rather than buying them in. Just we can do it like, get it exactly as we want them, and yeah, it's just nice done. So here we've got a customer area, just a wait. They can plug the phones in and a sim if you're feeling really, maybe we need to get you on that and see how slow you are. You talk the talk, don't you? So we'll see if you can walk the walk. We've got Goodwood. Now, all the people they're on with Goodwood, we've got a proper Top Gear style board. Matthew's office, Carl's office. Carl does all the CAD work, scanning, kind of we make stuff happen. So very important how fast we can get from a component. We can either draw it or reverse engineer it. So this gets it from reverse engineered. That's why dots are over everything, the scanner we use. You can see if you have a look, we're in the middle of a group 5 Capri for someone abroad at the moment. So we've scanned the original one, which is here, and we're just reverse engineering it and drawing it up so we can make it out of decent material, because it's been made out of absolute rubbish. And not last, at my office. So didn't take much thinking. I've just put bits and pieces out, fancied that desk, and everything else is stuff we've won, or yeah, this is my office. And all these cars here are ones we've made, and all the books are ones we made. So yeah, it's fab. I just never sit in here because I'm working all the time. Look, I'm covered in dirt. Right, come on, I'll show you downstairs, and I'll show you the interesting bits, which are what we end up finished with, which is a car. So just quickly looking around, you can tell I'm quarter of Australian because I love my V8 supercars, but I also love Fords. Oh, there you go, HKS. That's the second one we built. She's a darling. She's been up Goodwood. It's with a customer now. Really happy with it. She's raced it a few times. Yeah, just learning how to drive it because they're not quite as easy as you might think. They are a very easy car to drive. Clone Capri. That's what we make quite a few of, with those engines that we've got on the dyno. Really nice thing. Yeah, beautiful car. And then, so we've got 2 cars just here. That's my car, my Calsonic, which Andrew's seen. Still got dust on it from last time out. And that one was one we built for someone in Australia. That one actually has a Hollinger gearbox in it, which is rocking our shit. And we're just in the middle of kind of remaking one of those gearboxes so we can, because Hollinger don't want to do it. I don't know why they don't want to do it. I'll do something similar, maybe make it better so I won't get into trouble, and it'll look slightly different. But yeah, so they're my babies, or that one's my baby. It's been around the block a few times now, but it keeps on getting, it keeps on. We break it, we fix it, we make it stronger. It's that evolution, and that's the car I use to kind of push the limits. Because I can't give a car to a customer and say, oh, it should be all right. So generally, we try all the weird stuff that comes into my head on this one, and then if it works, we'll put it on the next car or offer it as an upgrade. But yeah, I mean, Andrew's seen it go up the hill. It upsets a lot of people, to be honest. The 32s, I've said in my previous video, initially I kind of did it because it was the next generation from these Capris. But then when you do it and you appreciate the engineering that's gone into them and how far they were forward in the thinking, and even that thinking now when you look at the V8 supercar or a modern GT car, the DNA of all the geometry it's all the same, which is, some very clever man did that back in the day. Yeah, that's where my baby lives. And if anyone's thinking of nicking it, we've got loads of cameras. You can't get it through the windows or anything like that. Yeah, it's staying here. No one can have it. No one can have it. So people do keep on going, oh, do you want to sell it? No, I'll build you one, but you can't sell you first. Generally, the spec is my everything I know about them. So I don't do an awful spec, I just do the best one we can. So because the price of the base car's gone up, a car is now about 250k UK pounds, but that's the car with documents, so it can be used as you won't want to use it as a road car, but it has documents for export and stuff like that, makes it a lot easier. But no, that's and FIA papers. So that's a full car, full hit. The only extras we've had were people are dead tall or dead short, or like little things, and a number of sets of wheels, but generally they come with like 3 sets of wheels, top spec engine. You have one of them because they spit flames.
Godzilla.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there you go.